What's up? I was asked to make a video including the axe prosthesis in Sekiro, ranking the different types of combos. Well, since you're here, you already know. So here is ranking the top 10 axe combos in Sekiro. The axe prosthesis excels at breaking those pesky enemy shields and dealing big boy damage, but at the cost of a really long wind up before it lands its hit. In my opinion, what makes a good combo is the synergy between what you pair. Let's for example take the skill Fang and Blade from the prosthetic art skill tree, which by the way is an essential skill to extend and improve every axe combo. The reason Fang and Blade works is because of its synergy when comboing with the given prosthetic tool that you're using. As an example, let's take the Miss Raven here. It gives you a big opening, and Fang and Blade allows you to follow up with a backstab attack, which as a combo is good synergy. The axe winds up a big attack that staggers most enemies, and then Fang and Blade follows up with a fast forward dashing attack that capitalizes on that stagger. This is the kind of synergy I'm trying to create with the axe combos. So even though Empowered Mortal Draw and the Laser Light Axe is the hardest hitting, most damaging combo you can perform, you will very rarely get a big enough opportunity to actually perform two slow hitting attacks. Plus, it just looks really clunky. Meaning that 80% of the time it will look like this when you try to perform the combo. When ranking the combos, there's a few criteria that I'm looking for. First is the total vitality and posture damage of the full combo. Second is the extra utility the pairing brings. And third is the total spirit emblem cost of the full combo. With that said, let's get into number 10, Nightjar / Reversal. The slow wind up from the axe prosthesis works somewhat favorable with the reversal part of this combat art. Because of the space created, the wind up from the axe usually match the same time it takes for the enemy to get to you. Unfortunately, this only works if the enemy is chasing you on the reversal part. And honestly, the damage is also really lackluster, making the katana feel like a pool noodle. Luckily, Nightjar / Reversal is free, so the full combo only costs 2 spirit emblems from the axe prosthesis. Utility wise, it also got a couple of things going for it. First of all, it is incredibly easy to engage and disengage with this combat art. And you can also evade sweep attacks, since it does count as a jump. Though it is really inefficient and very hard to time. Overall, it's a pretty creative combo and looks kinda flashy. But unfortunately, it's not that efficient and it's also really inconsistent. With that said, let's get on to number 9, the Shinobi Firecracker. The axe prosthesis and the Firecrackers in theory has really great synergy. Firecracker stunning the enemy and giving you a good opening to land a fully unblocked hit with the lengthy axe animation. But unfortunately its spam ability is kinda poor because there's a slight delay when switching between two prosthetic tools, making getting the second Firecracker off pretty inconvenient. This is probably also the weakest combo since the Firecracker itself doesn't do damage. The overall damage can be a bit improved by using the purple fume spark that makes the enemy for a brief moment take increased posture and vitality damage. But it has this huge downside where it now has this slight delay before igniting the Firecrackers, removing so much of its convenience. Because the Firecracker ignites in an AoE, it's pretty nice when handling a group of enemies. It also has this benefit where it stuns animal-based enemies for longer periods of time. The Firecracker itself costs 2 emblems, making the full combo cost 4 emblems. For the low damage, this is actually quite expensive. Overall, it's a reliable combo, but the weak damage makes it not worth it in my opinion. Number 8, Praying Strike Exorcism. Oh boy, the vitality damage is non-existing, but the posture damage, god damn, is pretty good. But unfortunately, vitality damage is superior in Sekiro since it indirectly increases posture damage, meaning that Praying Strike Exorcism absolutely eats dirt when it comes to bosses. because if you haven't already taken a good chunk, like half of their HP off, they just recover posture damage in seconds. Against mobs, it's actually kinda decent, but it falls off so hard when it comes to stronger enemies and mini bosses. The combo is also pretty cheap, since Praying Strike Exorcism is free, landing the full combo at only 2 spirit emblems. Overall, it's a fun combo going around fisting your enemies, punching your enemies, but the combo is lacking vitality damage. Number 7, Whirlwind Slash. Whirlwind Slash has the same functions as number 8 Praying Strike Exorcism, as it is a combat art that's fast to deploy right after using the axe prosthesis, but instead this one has high vitality damage. Whirlwind Slash is also free, making it another really cheap combo at only 2 emblems for the full combo. It's also the most accessible combat art, since it's the first combat art you unlock from the game. Whirlwind Slash actually has an AoE effect, though it is a little small, so the situation where it will have an impact is quite niche. Overall, it's a pretty generic but good baseline combo to go off. Number 6, High Monk. High Monk has passable vitality damage, but good posture damage. In some ways, it feels like a combination of number 8 Praying Strike Exorcism and number 7 Whirlwind Slash, though at the extent of making this full combo really long, which of course has its ups and downsides. High Monk has some really good utility in that it launches you into the air, enabling the ability to dodge sweep attack and do lightning reversals. High Monk also have a really good initiative range, making engaging with this combat art really comfortable. And then you get all this at the cost of nothing. High Monk is actually free, making the full combo only 2 emblems. Overall, this is a great combo and I would definitely recommend it, especially for the utility it brings. Number 5, the Age Feather Mist Raven. The synergy between the axe prosthesis and the Mist Raven is really amazing. When activating the Mist Raven, for about a second after, if you take any damage, you'll teleport in a direction of your choosing, while not taking damage from that initial hit. If you use the Age Feathers version, it also allows you to teleport 1 second after being hit. This is very useful to escape combos or very vulnerable positions. The big opening created by the Mist Raven makes up for the axe's slow wind up, and also makes up for that small delay when switching between tools. The Mist Raven itself doesn't do any damage unless you use the Great Feathers Mist Raven. This version of the Mist Raven makes explosions in your teleportation path, dealing burn damage, and has the ability to set the burn status. This is actually really good, and it opens up a lot of new features and the combo using the Sparkling Axe. Since both of these tools apply burn, you can relatively easy proc the burn status, especially on low to mid tier enemies. You can also use oil for an even easier time proccing burn. The burn status effect is OP in Sekiro, especially against bosses. That's because when the burn status proc, it stuns the enemy for a bit of time, and deal burn damage even after. This also prevents the enemy from recovering their posture. Utility wise, it has a lot going for it. It can dodge sweep attacks, as well as pierce attacks, and it can do lightning reversals. If you choose to use the Fang and Blade skill, it unleashes a follow-up attack that has a small AoE to it, making it very good for multiple enemies. The Age Feather Mist Raven costs 2 spirit emblems to use, making the full combo 4 spirit emblems. But if you choose to use the fiery Great Feather Mist Raven, it now costs 3 spirit emblems, making the full combo 5, which is a bit expensive. Okay, maybe it's really expensive. Overall, this is my favorite combo, and it definitely has a lot of potential and finesse to it. Teleporting around your enemies and causing burn, that shit just has so much aura to it. It's a really great combo, but it does require some skill and a good amount of resource management to actually making it work. Number 4 and 3, the 2 passage combat arts. These two combat arts work pretty much the same and have the same function, although one do a little more damage but cost a little more too. After deploying the axe prosthesis, you can quickly unleash a flurry of slashes with these two combat arts. These two combat arts excel at getting chip damage and applying pressure. These two combat arts unfortunately don't bring much utility, which is why I can't place them any higher, but they're simple and really excels at what they do best. Floating Passage is a 5-hit combo that's so aggressive that it usually stun locks the enemy and forces them to take the full combo. And then it's also free, making it very spammable, landing the full combo at only 2 emblems. Spiral Cloud Passage is like the big brother of Floating Passage. It's a 9-hit combo that also unleashes a shockwave effect, giving it even more DPS and also making it quite decent for crowds. The trade-off for all this damage is that it now costs emblems to use between 1 to 3, making the full combo 5 emblems. Damn, that's pricey. Spiral Cloud Passage is basically just an upgrade to Floating Passage, and therefore I'm placing that one above. Even though it's more expensive, it benefits you a lot in the late game where you have more emblems. And even if you run out of emblems, Spiral Cloud Passage actually just turns into a 9-hit combo of Floating Passage. Overall, it's two simple but extremely effective combos, earning them these top spots on this tier list. Number 2, Shadow Rush. This combo is actually really smooth. Shadow Rush is actually also a long wind-up attack, meaning they shouldn't have synergy. But when you do connect with Shadow Rush, it launches you into the air, giving it a great opening to use the axe prosthesis. This combo also does nice damage, especially because Shadow Rush does pierce damage, meaning that it cannot be blocked. But it does require a bit of an opening to get this attack off, since it has that long wind-up. It also brings some of the best range of any combat art in the game, making it really great at engaging from a distance. The biggest downside is actually that Shadow Fall exists, which is just a direct upgrade to Shadow Rush. This combo already implements a follow-up attack after hitting the first part, kinda making this Shadow Rush into Axe Prosthesis combo a little redundant. Shadow Rush costs 2 emblems, making the full combo 4 emblems, which I would argue is a fair price for the utility and the damage this combo does. Overall, it's a great combo and amazing for dealing heavy hitting, spontaneous damage. But now for the best, the superior, the superb, the apex combo. Number 1, Sakura Dance. All the combos we've ranked so far does one of these two things with the axe prosthesis. 1. It works as a fast follow-up after using the axe prosthesis. 2. It creates a safe opening to use the axe prosthesis. And Sakura Dance here can do both. It deploys fast so you can easily use it after using the axe prosthesis, but it also launches you into the air, making it easy to follow up with the axe after. This combo also brings some pretty good utility. Since it launches you into the air, you can dodge sweep attacks, and you can also perform lightning reversals. Because each of the 3 arcs on the swings are so wide, it actually works pretty nice as an AoE. The biggest downside though, is that you can only unlock this one after beating the game, so this combo is exclusively for New Game Plus. It costs 1 emblem to use the combat art, making the full combo 3 emblems, which is relatively cheap for the utility you get. Overall, this is such a satisfying combo, and it's a pretty well-rounded one. It got utility, it got versatility, and it got good damage. So, these were the top 10 axe combos in Sekiro. I hope you guys found this video helpful and that you found some combos that you like. And feel free to comment down below if you agree or disagree with my list. I would love to hear you guys' take. And also comment down below if there's a ranking video you want to see next. Preferably either Sekiro or Elden Ring, cause those are the only 2 souls I own at the moment. But anyways, I've been Tarnish, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.